Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, today I have a good one for you. I have 10 of my favorite oud fragrances and I'm going to be ranking them on a scale of 10 to 1 or 1 to 10. 10 being my least favorite and 1 being my favorite. So if you want to find out about these 10 oud fragrances guys, please don't go anywhere. Welcome back guys. Yes, like I said, I have 11 fragrances here actually, and there's no honorable mention, and the reason why I have 11 fragrances is because I have 2 fragrances as my number ones, and you're going to find out the reason why. So yes guys, but before we jump in, if this is your first time landing on my channel and you like fragrances, you like what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel and also feel free to like and share my videos. So guys, when I was putting this video together, I noticed I have a lot of oud fragrances, but I tried to make this one about fragrances that the oud plays more of a main player role, as opposed to just being one of the notes that just makes a fragrance rounded. Or I can also say maybe oud here will be a main player. So this was extremely difficult guys to do, and that's why in this video you might be noticing that I'm mentioning more than one fragrance from a particular fragrance house, but that's just the way it is. This was really tough for me to do. So for some people who are not familiar with what oud or oud fragrances are, oud is gotten from a tree called the Acqua wood, I believe, and it's been in perfumery for a very long time. So a lot of brands recreate oud with synthetics and then they use it in fragrances. And guess what? You might not even know the difference, because I've only been privileged to smell real oud a few times, maybe twice, and it's really expensive. But in these fragrances I'm featuring today, they all have oud. So oud generally gives off a woody backbone. Some people find it to be quite funky smelling. Some people find it to be amazing. I personally find it to be amazing. I think oud gives a fragrance character. I think oud gives a fragrance more identity. And then it's been associated with wealth and just class and all kinds of things over the years. So coming at number 10 guys, we go to the house of Mancera, and this one is called Crazy For Oud. Yes, Crazy For Oud is at number 10. This is standard oud and rose combo fragrance, but it's got a twist here with tiramisu as a note, and that I find very interesting. I'm not very familiar with the note, but then this fragrance at first I didn't even like at all. I tried to sell it at the time, but I just couldn't find a buyer for this one. But then over time, you can see how much of it I've worn. Over time, I started enjoying this one. So it's great oud and rose fragrance, very intense, just with most Manceras, as you guys might know. It's called Crazy For Oud. Not my favorite one, but also it's not bad to have in your collection if you enjoy oud, and especially oud and rose combo in fragrances. And that's why it's coming at number 10 guys. That's Mancera Crazy For Oud at number 10. We move on to number 9. So coming at number 9 guys, we go to the house of Montale, and this is a very popular fragrance, one a lot of people like, but I don't see people talk about it anymore, at least these days. It's called Black Oud by Montale. Yes, this was maybe one of my first oud fragrances that I bought at the time when I was buying oud fragrances. This one was one of them that I really enjoyed at the time. It's got rose and oud here. I believe there's patchouli here. I believe there's also musk and labdanum. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think those are the notes guys. Great scent, great rose and oud. The rose here is really intense, and that's probably why I got bored, because I'm not the biggest fan of rose, like that, at least the kind Montale used in here. But yeah, definitely this is a very potent one, very loud fragrance. 2 sprays at the most would be okay for you. And then, there's been times when I've gone a little above 2 sprays, but yeah, great rose and oud combo fragrance, one that will last you a long time, great for the cold weather months, and that's Black Oud by Montale at number 9. We move on to number 8 guys. So coming at number 8 guys, we go to the house of Tom Ford, and this one is called Tobacco Oud. Yes, Tobacco Oud. So I'm not the biggest fan of this fragrance, and I've had this one for a while now, but I still can't bring myself to wearing this one, and that's because it's so daring guys. Personally, I find this one to be a lot daring. It's got a very funky smell to it, and sometimes when I wear this one, I almost feel like I have to explain to people and be like, I took a shower, it's my fragrance that smells this way. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, it's just very daring. I guess I'm not just bold enough to pull this one off as much, but at least I've worn it a few times, and it's a great fragrance. Some people like this one, some people swear by it, some people think it's the best from Tom Ford, but I just don't know. I'm not gonna say it's bad, I'm not gonna say it's the greatest, but it's a good oud fragrance with tobacco in the mix and some other notes. I believe there's some booze. It has a boozy quality also, and I think there's maybe vanilla or incense. I'm not sure what the notes are on this one, but yeah, but the oud, the tobacco is right there in your face, and this is potent. That's Tobacco Oud by Tom Ford at number 8, guys. We move on to number 7. So coming at number 7, we go to the house of MAISON Francis KURKDJAN, and this one is Oud Satin Mood. Yes, Oud Satin Mood by MFK is a winner. So this one needs no introduction. It's amazing. It's oud, it's rose, it's vanilla, it's violet, it's different things all put together. This one I find to be a little bit feminine to my taste, but that's just me. It doesn't mean it's not a great fragrance. I've had this one since I believe 2018 or 2019. And then I've just enjoyed it so much, even though lately I haven't been pulling for it as much. But yeah, it's a great fragrance. The compliment getter, one I like to wear in the cold, and one that will garner you a lot of compliments. This one works better for me, in my opinion, on ladies, and ladies love this one, guys. That's Oud Satin Mood by MFK, MAISON Francis KURKDJAN at number 7. We move on to number 6. Coming at number 6, we go to the house of Xerjoff, and this one is called More Than Words. Yes, More Than Words by Xerjoff is a great oud fragrance. This one's got oud, I believe some fruity notes here, and amber, because there's some sweetness from the amber here. It's amazing, guys. This is one of the better ones that I enjoy, actually, and it's just great. It lasts a really long time. It's unisex, great for cold weather. You might even be able to pull this one in like the springtime when it's not really hot. But yeah, one of the best from Xerjoff. Unisex, like I said. This one is a compliment getter too. Ladies love this one. This is one of those fragrances that you would wear when you want to stand out from the crowd. Yes, not in a bad way, but when you wear this one, you make an impression. Yeah, that's what I would say about More Than Words. Great fragrance in my opinion, and that's why it's coming at number 6 on my list. Yes, that's More Than Words by Xerjoff. We move on to number 5, guys. So coming at number 5, we go to the house of Diptyque, and that's Oud PALAO. Yes, this one should rank higher on my list just because I enjoy this scent so much. This particular DNA is one of my favorite oud rose combo kind of scent. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just amazing, guys. And it's coming at number 5 on my list. But yeah, this is oud rose, and I believe there's tobacco in here. Whoa, great scent, guys. So this one has been compared to Oud Ispan by Dior, and yes, they do smell kind of similar, but I prefer this one just because it lasts longer on me, and also there's an added twist here that I enjoy so much. Yes, that's Oud PALAO by Diptyque, and that's my number 5 favorite oud fragrance. So coming at number 4, guys, we go to the house of Dior, and this one is Oud Rosewood, guys. Yes, Oud Rosewood by Dior. Great scent, guys. So this one doesn't have rose listed in the notes, but I do pick up a rosy vibe here. This one is very potent, guys. It's a potent fragrance. It has oud, it has some fruity notes up top. I believe there's quince here and raspberry, but then it's more oudy and woody than fruits here. And I believe there's some animal notes here, so meaning this one's got some animalic vibe to it. I personally like to wear this one in the cold, and also pick up some leather qualities here. This one has a leathery vibe, and this one is quite daring, and I believe might be too much for some people, but personally I enjoy this one. I've had this one since 2020. Enjoyed this fragrance. I don't need to wear too much because it's so potent, guys. It's also unisex and great for the cold, and you know, one I enjoy, and that's why it's coming at number 4 on my list, and that's Oud Rose by Dior. Great scent. We move on to number 3. Coming at number 3, guys, we go back to the house of Xerjoff, and this one is called Indochine. Yes, this one is not very popular. This one I think is quite underrated from Xerjoff because I don't see too much of it everywhere. People don't talk too much about this one, but I think it's so good. This one has mango, it has strawberry, it has oud, caramel, but not in that way. It's quite funky, it's quite daring. This one might not be for everybody, but yeah, this one sits perfectly with my taste. Like, I like my oud fragrances not too much on the easy side. I do enjoy some easy, clean kind of oud, but I like my oud to have that character. I like my oud to be quite daring, and you know, it feels more personal to me and more sexy in my opinion, and that's just the way I interpret oud. I like when oud is a little on the edgy side and not the just easy going oud. So the opening on this one is quite funky and might scare you away, but as it settles down, it becomes more wearable, and you know, it gets nicer as it settles on your skin. But Indochine by Xerjoff is unisex. I think this one works better in the cold as well. This is one of those fragrances you wear for yourself. Don't wear this fragrance and expect to get compliments here and there. This one will be more of an acquired taste kind of fragrance, and maybe that's why I like it. Like I said, it's also underrated because I don't see too much of this one everywhere, and maybe that's why I also like it, because I don't like my fragrances to be everywhere. So that's Xerjoff Indochine from the Oud Star collection at number 3, guys. We move on to number 2. So at number 2, we go back to the house of Maison Francis KURKDJAN, and this is Oud Silk Mood, guys. Oud Silk Mood is one of my favorite from the Oud collection, if not my favorite from the Oud collection. I also enjoy Oud, and then I like Satin Mood. It's got Oud and Rose here. I believe there's Papyrus here. I believe there's Hidion here too. Great scent. I find this one to be sexy. I find this one to be quite dry. It has a dry quality, but then the oud is also there. Great scent. I find this one to also garner me a lot of compliments, as people like this one on me. I've worn this one a lot of times and see how much of it I have left here. And this is the EXTRAIT version, guys. Great scent in my opinion. I find this one to be unisex. I find this one to work also in the cold weather, so fall and winter. Even maybe on the cooler days in the spring, you might be able to pull this one off. So that's Oud Silk Mood by Maison Francis KURKDJAN at number 2 on my list. We move on to number 1, guys. At number 1, I have 2 fragrances, and they're from 2 different houses. But yes, they do smell alike to me, and maybe that's why I like this DNA, and that's why it's probably coming at number 1 on my list. I have 2 fragrances, and one is by Kemi, and that's Tempest, and the other one is by Acqua di Parma, and this one is Oud. So yes, Acqua di Parma Oud and Tempest by Kemi I find to smell quite similar. There's a little bit of difference in the DNA for sure, but they do smell alike to me. Over here in Tempest, the Oud is pungent in the beginning, in the opening. It has a very pungent oud in the opening, but then as it settles down, it becomes more wearable. While here is what I refer to as a clean oud with some leathery vibe, but yeah, they do kind of smell alike to me. I'm not even sure if it's just to me, or maybe some other people think they do smell alike. That's Oud by Acqua di Parma and Tempest by Kemi. Sometimes I've had to layer both of them because I find them to work well together. Like I said, if you want a more intense version of this one, I would say get this one. But I own both because I enjoy the DNA so much and I like both fragrances. Yes, for the first time, I'm having 2 fragrances as my number 1s, and I'm sure you guys, you see the reason why. That's Oud by Acqua di Parma, and this is Tempest by Kemi. Great fragrances, and both are my number 1 favorite oud fragrances. So those were 11 favorite oud fragrances from my collection, and the fragrances that I also enjoy. Yeah, my favorite oud fragrances. Guys, let me know what you think about this list. Let me know what you think about these fragrances. I want to hear from you in the comment section. I'm going to keep it moving. I'll see you in my next video. Please, if you're new once again to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel, and also feel free to like and share my videos. I'm going to keep it moving, guys. I'll see you in my next video, and until then, please stay safe and bye-bye.